Alright guys, so we're back working on junk again. You know it. Now, I gotta look over the front end on this thing. You know, that's a background thing. Got old Lola helping me out. I've done a lot of work on the F150 as well. Now, shined up the wheels, did a fuel pump. Finished up the interior, which looks pretty good. But, this thing's got a pretty nasty oil leak coming from the oil pan. Now, I'm not gonna get too crazy into it. I'm just gonna show you real quick. Let's go down there. All right now, so you guys may be wondering, how do you know it's the oil pan? Well, you can see this here gasket. It's not really doing gasket things on the left side. Also, scoot over to the right side, you can see part of the gasket is up there chilling right next to the starter. There you go. So, I'm going to get the rest of the hardware out of here. I got a couple more on the back side. But, I'm going to finish taking that out. Somehow wrestle this thing out of here. And, show you once it's out of the truck, basically. Alright, fellers. Now, we got us an oil pan. Kind of a pain to get it out here. But, I wanted to show you what setup I got going on in here. Just in case you want to do it yourself. Nothing special, I would say. Basically, 2 jack stands, holding the body up. And after that, I had to go down into the trans mount back there and undo the hardware. And then lifted up the trans about, 4 to 6 inches, something like that. Then came over, had to undo the engine mounts. You see that hole up there, and on the other side as well. And basically had to lift the engine up. I just did it with my floor jack here. Nothing special. I don't have an engine crane, so gotta use what you got. So lifted that up about, they're 4 inches or so. And then I was able to bring the pan out. Because if you don't, raise the drivetrain, it'll touch the transmission. I wasn't trying to pull the trans, right? So I just lifted everything up. Now, once I got on the top side, I'll go out of the truck and show you. And basically up here, I didn't really have to do anything. I disconnected the battery just for safety. And, oh yeah. One of the AC lines was kind of hanging. That guy up, the real thick one, was kind of hanging behind the window motor, or the windshield wiper motor. And you can see that little valve right there. So that will probably get caught if you don't, pull it out of the way. That was the only hiccup I had. And what else? The fan was touching the shroud a little bit. I wasn't too worried about that. But I'm going to get to cleaning up all these parts and the drivetrain so I can put the new gasket on it. And I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, listen. We're going to fast forward a couple of days. I've done rebuilt the old oil pan here, Then I'm going to actually get ready to start putting it back on. I got to clean up some stuff under there so that I can lay it down and, shoot the oil pan home. I'll try to set this camera up and show you guys what's up. Alright, listen here, fellers. I got the old oil pan up there. Man, it fought me a little bit, but I'm just doing a final check on all the bolts. And I do apologize, I didn't really get to record a whole lot while I was doing the gasket. But man, it's pretty tight up here. I was, trying to work and trying to record. It's just kind of tough, especially in tight spots like this. But as you can see, got that new Velcro gasket up there. And I do have some RTV up in the corners here in the back. You probably not really see that, but there's some RTV in the corners and the back and the front. So I'm gonna finish doing a final torque check on the bolts, and then I'll probably lower the engine. You can see how much it had to get lifted up. It's probably a couple inches, but without that clearance, without that room there, we wouldn't be able to get the oil pan past the transmission here. So that being said, I hope that is, helpful information to you guys. But let me finish up with these bolts, and I'll set you guys up. Been working on the railroad. All right, let's see what's going on. Ain't not much we can do, huh? There she goes. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Great. It's not where it needs to be. Of course. Why would you? Great. Okay, gotta go back up. So, about to show you guys what the deal was. Whew, man, it's tight up. Well, yeah. So, it's trying to lower the engine and transmission down, but so you can see that bolt's not lined up on the driver's side. Looks like the passenger side is lined up. So I'm gonna have to bring this back up and line that up. Hopefully kind of just falls in place. I'll be back. All right, now I've got the transmission mounted back up. You can see those two nuts. The engine is back where it needs to be. I know it's kind of hard to see, but essentially everything under the truck is all finished up. I'm gonna keep it on jack stands, so tomorrow I'm gonna fill it up with oil. I'm gonna wait for some of that RTV to kind of set up and dry, that way there's no leaks, hopefully. But tomorrow I'm gonna fill it up with oil, do a quick leak check, and hopefully that's the end of it. All right, now, so we're gonna be adding some of the finest Pennzoil, just because. I'm gonna fill this up, and then we're gonna try to do quick leak check down on the oil pan. I probably should have saved on the used oil and changed the oil after I made sure there was no leaks, but well, here we are now. What can we do? A little more, just a little more. There we go. Let that drain up a little bit. Oh yeah. Stay. Nothing. Okay. I believe this guy will take 6 quarts, so I'm gonna take on a small one real quick and fill her up. Good enough. Okay. Whew. Trying not to make a mess with this little one. Hopefully. Yeah, come on now. Okay, here we go. Drink up, little buddy. Drink it up. There you go. All right. Cool. I'm gonna go find the keys, hook up the old battery, and then we'll fire it up and see. We're gonna let the old fuel pump get some fuel up here. There we go. Cycle that a couple times. Alright. I'm gonna crank it up a little bit before I actually start it. Guess I can't. Okay, let's do it again. We actually got some oil pieces. That's pretty good. I'll let it idle for a little bit. Take a quick look underneath. There we go. Oh. Let's see. Alright, we're gonna let it sit here and idle for a little bit. Alright, we got some temperature on the engine now, so I'm probably gonna shut it off. I already did a get out of there, key. Unbelievable. I already did another check on the oil pan. It looks alright. Doesn't look like we have any leaks. I do need to look into, I think it's got a little vacuum leak, so I'm probably going to look into that here in a little bit. Blow some smoke into one of these tubes and, you know, try to find it. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully it was, you know, somewhat helpful to you guys. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.